Hello, this is Dr. Robert Everett. This is SCE 3310, Section 1, B Term, Summer 2020. Okay, this is an online class, which is a little bit different from me. My classes are usually face-to-face, hands-on science lessons. Uh, the lessons are on modules for this particular class. I digitally recorded a lot of the demonstrations that I would normally do in class, and I've actually set up some of the activities to show you how to set them up if you would like to do them at home. Materials are very easy to obtain, and these activities are a lot of fun, as you'll see by watching some of the videos in some of the modules. I've been at UCF for over 30, almost 30 years, not quite 30 years. This is my last semester to teach at UCF. I'm retiring September the 30th. So my 2 summer classes for this summer are my last 2 classes. Not the way I wanted to go out, teaching online, but you know, that's what we have to deal with, right? The first class, I usually start the first class by using a cup full of water, putting a card on top of it, and turning my hand upside down and removing my lower hand. And we don't know what's going to happen, right? Well, that's module 1. So if you go to module 1 after we get through going over the syllabus today, you'll see what happens with that. But today's class, we're going to go over the syllabus so you understand what's going on in class, what's expected of you. So let me go directly to the syllabus. And I've had problems filming this module. I'm going to do this live the first day of class, but I decided to record it just in case those who missed it and just in case technology does not work on the first day of class. So let me do this right now. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to go to the application window, and there's the syllabus. And if I click on that and hit share, you should be seeing that. You'd be surprised. I've done this several times already, and I've gone through this whole scenario, whole lesson going over the syllabus. And I watched the video after Zoom sends it to me, and there was nothing there except my name. I'm not going to touch anything this time, so I'm going to scroll through the syllabus and go over the syllabus. There's the title, Summer B, Section 1, 3310, Mondays and Wednesdays, 12 to 3:50. Well, this will take about 30 minutes or so, and then after you watch the modules, we're done. So class time is usually spent, you know, going over the syllabus and doing the actual hands-on activities, which we won't do in class. I do have an office on campus, but we're not on campus, so I'm at home. I will have office hours a little before class starts on Mondays. Well, actually, I have office hours Monday through Friday. You're supposed to have 5 hours of office hours. But I will be here right before class, making sure this system works, right? But most people just email me. You know, email me. That's the best way to contact me. There's my office phone number, which may not be a good thing to do nowadays. I can check my messages from home, though. And there's my webpage, my alter ego, Biology Bob. I write science songs for children, life science music songs, and I record CDs and music. So you can go to YouTube, Apple Play, Spotify, all these different places, and you can listen to Biology Bob songs. So check it out. I don't know if you can see me. I had cat hair on me. There's 12 cats running around. So if you hear something weird, it's my cats. Yes, you heard right. 12 cats. So this course is designed to help you teach science to children. There's no textbook. Goals and objectives, the ESOL and the ESC and the Childhood Education International Technology, all these standards are infused within the class, and all these numbers and stuff, they're required to be there. I know it makes it look kind of all jumbled up, but they're just there, okay? Don't worry about them. They're infused. Display knowledge of science content. Well, you know, this is not a content class, but of course we learn content when you teach science. But this is a methodology class. You have a separate class for content now. You're going to develop, design, and reflect on lessons. You're going to write a lesson plan. Used to, you would teach the lesson. But again, we're not face-to-face, so you're going to write the lesson plan and reflect on it. That should be singular. You're only going to design and reflect on one lesson individually, but as a class, it would be lessons, right? So I guess we're good there. Assessment, teaching methods, strategies, methods and strategies, management, safety skills. Please be safe. I've told this story, well, 4 times today, trying to film this. But throughout my career, I tell this every semester. My bachelor's degree is in botany. My master's degree is in biology. And I was not an education major. And I fell in love with teaching as a graduate student. And I took about 8 years off before I worked on my PhD, before I got my PhD in science education. But in the meantime, I started teaching right after my master's, and I was on a temporary certificate. I was going back getting certification. So I was teaching school in a small rural school in Mississippi. It was a one building school, kindergarten through 12th grades in one big building. Well, my first day of teaching, there was a jar of potassium in the back cabinet, back supply closet. And potassium is very unstable. You put it in water, it explodes. It has to be stored under mineral oil. So I pinched off a little bitty piece, put it in a beaker of water, and it kind of poofed and exploded a little bit. But by the time it was over, the students had me put a bigger piece, right? So we cleared the desk out, made a big clear space. I had a big metal wash tub filled with water, and I pinched off a really big piece of potassium. At first, when I dropped it in the water, it sunk to the bottom, and it was coated with so much mineral oil, nothing happened at first. Well, then it kind of went boop, 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 boop. Boom, flame shot up to the ceiling. Ceiling catches on fire, and, you know, wasn't a major fire. You put it out pretty easily. But it released gases throughout the whole school building. Remember, one building, all grades in one building. This was the first day of class, the first period of the morning. Well, they had to evacuate the school. The next day, the principal gave me a dirty look, but the students, even those who were not in my class, came up to me and said, "Hey man, you're cool." So anyway, so don't do that. That's very dangerous. Safety first. Identify teaching resources found both within and beyond the school setting. Well, and computer technology. Well, most of all of your assignments are online now, so this is technology, right? So and resources, that's what this course is, exposing you to a lot of resources. Why do we want to teach science to elementary students? Why do you want to teach science to children? Well, children are scientists. They're curious about the natural world around them. And we're going to incorporate art, music, and movement. In a face-to-face class, I would bring my guitar and sing, but I'm not going to do that here. There's not enough, I don't know, it's not enough room. But there are videos of me that was filmed about 3 or 4 years ago, and those are on some of the modules in WebCourses, so you'll be able to see that. Grading scale, 500 total points, 90% is an A, 80% is a B. If you turn in all the assignments and do them correctly, we won't have to worry about anything lower than that. So please do all your assignments. This is online, so I can't really check you. I mean, there is a way to check attendance on online courses, but I normally don't do that. There's a course outline. A first for me is putting class 1, class 2, modules 1 through 6, modules 7 through 9.2. I mean, this is all new for me. Goes through all the classes. There's one of the exams. We'll review for the exam one day, and we'll continue the rest of the class, and then the exam will open up at the end of that class and go for a week. So you have a week to take it. There's a second exam, which comes pretty quick. Goes all the way down through what I consider the last day that I'm going to talk, class number 10. That's when we'll go over the mini lessons. There are samples in the file section on WebCourses. Hopefully you'll look at those before that day, because this is kind of towards the end where you should be getting your lesson plan organized. So here are your assignments, more detailed information about your assignments. You have 4 resource summaries. There are the due dates: June the 29th, July the 6th, July the 30th. What is that little thing? Get over there. July the 20th. Please follow this format. I want your name, the due date. I want a complete bibliography, bibliographic information, a reference, brief summary paragraph, a short paragraph that explains what it's about, and then a reflection paragraph that tells me, did you like it? Do you think you're going to use it? And within that reflection paragraph, I want you to talk about ESOL and ESE. ESOL, beginning, intermediate, advanced. Some students talk about ESOL, but they don't talk about ESE. I mean, just say a little bit about it, okay? I don't want 5-page reports. Page and a half. I'm not looking for a lot here. And of course, those are uploaded to WebCourses. The first assignment is due June the 29th. One of the lessons from either Ames or Jim's. In the good old days, these used to be in the CMC. Well, they still are, and one day they'll still be there, unless after I leave, the other professors decide not to have them any longer. But, you're going to have to go to Ames' website, and hopefully they'll have an activity listed that you can look at and write a summary and review on, and summary and a reflection on. I'm probably going to get the same one chosen from everybody in my classes, because that may be the only one everyone will have an opportunity to find. But it should be available online. July the 6th, Wonder Science, Ranger Rick, National Geographic Kids, 321 Contact You, Big Backyard, or Zoo Books. Excellent journal for children. These are journals for children to look at. One of the following: an activity from Grow Lab, 10-minute field trips, Project Wow, or a TV show. Well, Bill and I, the Science Guy, you can find on YouTube. That show's perfect. So you can use that one. You can find that one. But the other ones are pretty cool too. July 20th, Science and Children is a journal published by the National Science Teachers Association. You go to their website, nsca.org. Sometimes they'll have an article that you can look at. Sometimes they want you to join their organization. They survive on membership fees. If you have a problem finding an article from the website, you can go to the UCF library, the electronic retrieval system. You should be able to find it there. Okay? Textbook review. Well, normally we would go to CMC, but we don't do that now. So you're going to have to find 2 elementary textbooks, same grade level, 2 different publishers. You may can only find what they call a preview copy online. So do your best on that. The rubric you can find in the file section. In web courses, it's 1 through 5, 1 being low, 5 being excellent. Just do your best on that. It's best if you had 2 books, same grade level, 2 different publishers. But if you don't, find what you can find online for that one. Let's do July the 29th. Computer technology assignment. This is kind of redundant because everything you're doing is on the computer. But this gives you an opportunity to go and find any website that has an elementary science activity for the classroom. Same, you get more points for it, but same summary, reflection, reference. Before I go to the mini lesson, let me go back. I think I do that? I don't remember if I talked about the exams. I'll go over this again because this is very important. 500 total points. There are 2 exams. You take them on web courses. We'll review, then I'll open them up for a week. Computer technology assignment, the 4 resource summaries, the textbook reviews, the lesson plan, which we'll talk about next in more detail. The last thing, there are 2 of these. One is called I Am a Professional. You should do that by the first week. You get 5 points. And there's at the end of this syllabus, there's another one that the program came up with. The first one is a university requirement, and a program came up with the one that's in the bottom of at the bottom of the syllabus. So I'll talk about that in a few minutes. So those are 10 free points. I've done this so many times, I'm not sure if I talked about that or not. So let's go to the lesson plan. Here we go. This is the biggie. We're at 75 points. You're no longer teaching it, but you're writing the lesson plan with a reflection. This is just informational and may help you do it. This assignment is used as evidence for your professional portfolio via. You must include reflection. You're also going to include a copy of your lesson plan only to your classmates. This is totally different. You have 3 major uploads here, but two major uploads. You have another one, a third one, but that's just to give your classmates a copy. And you put that version in the discussion section. You don't include a reflection with that one. But 2 main ones, the ones you get graded on, web courses upload and the VIA upload, you include a reflection. Now, when you write your lesson plan, you write a reflection on planning, and in that reflection, you should include ESOL and ESE. You upload that to web courses, and that due date is July the 27th. That gives me a few days to look at it, and when I look at it, please, you can do it early. I would prefer it early because I have to look at about 40 of them per class, and I need to let you know that it's good to go on VIA. Once I write in the comments section on web courses, it's okay to upload to VIA. Then you put your web course, then you put your lesson plan and your reflection that goes with it to VIA. So now you have it uploaded to VIA, and then you have the final corrected version on VIA, and you have it on web courses too. I'm tired. I may have said that backwards. But anyway, you get the point. Web courses first for me to look at it. I approve it. Then it goes on VIA. If you don't put it on VIA by July the 31st, then I have to give you an incomplete in the class. I don't want to do that because, like I said, I'm going to be retired in on September the 30th, and I want to make sure you get, your grade. Some students have an A, and they forget to put their lesson plan on VIA, or they put their lesson plan, but they don't put the reflection. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. I'm emailing, and I'm waiting, and I have to give them an I, give the person an I. Later on, I can change it, but then it becomes a pain because you have to contact VIA directly. You do it, and have them open it up for you to do it. So just follow the directions. It's a little complicated because you have web course and VIA. And the discussion section submission is as a courtesy for your classmates. And that copy is just the lesson plan by itself. You don't want your classmates to read your reflection, so they only get a copy of the lesson plan. I know it's complicated. Please follow the format that's here. Some people submit a lesson plan that's written using who knows what type of format. And it's probably a lesson plan they did in another class. I don't care if it's a science lesson, I don't care if you submit it for my class, but you're going to have to rewrite it to meet my requirements. I guarantee that lesson plan doesn't have a content overview, or that lesson plan doesn't have a process skill. And that's what happens. Some people are missing content overviews. They're missing process skills. Please follow this format. Title, grade level, objectives, include ESOL and ESE strategies. Make a separate little section for that. Material list, list of materials. Content overview, which is a short paragraph that tells what's going on. It's the science. It's where you put your definition of terms. It's where you explain what happens. Why did that happen? Process skills. We haven't talked about those yet. We will. You're just going to list the major process skills. Instructional procedures. Step 1, step 2. Number 8, evaluation, assessment. You don't have to design a rubric. You can, but you just have to let me know how you're going to assess your students. References. Where'd it come from? Ames, GEMS, Project Wild. Did you find it online? Did you find it on CPOMs? Did you have a friend who's a teacher? You get it from that person? Put a reference. And if you got it word of mouth through somebody else, and you start defining your terms, there's a reference where those terms came from, right? So put references. This lesson plan is also your ESOL assignment. Here's some important dates. The last classes, all classes in on July the 31st. The last day of this class is Wednesday, July the 29th. So remember some of your assignments to do after that, just to give you extra time to do them. Grades are due on August the 5th. 4th of July is usually Independence Day. Well, it is the official Independence Day, but UCF's holiday for Independence Day is July the 3rd on a Friday. Well, I'm going to give you that Wednesday, July the 1st. That will be your holiday. You get one holiday from this class. So no class on July the 1st. Please upload your VIA assignment by Friday, July the 31st, or you'll get it incomplete in the class. But upload it to web courses first, so I can look at it and say it's okay to put on VIA. College website. Please check Knight's mail even after the semester is over with, because I'm always contacting people. You haven't done this. You haven't turned in this assignment. You're 20 points from an A, and you're missing one 25-point assignment. Please submit it before grades are due. This is just a list of FEEPs and ESOL and CEC strategies, and this is just these have been infused throughout the course. You don't have to memorize any of that. Just know they're there. Now, when you teach in a classroom, you're gonna have to list the standards that you're using for the science. So you need to be made aware of the science standards. You have to put them in your lesson plan. But whenever you teach in a classroom, you got to list what standards you're using for any subject. Here's a rubric students used to have to turn in before they teach their lesson in a classroom in my classes. We're not doing that, but make sure your lesson plan that you're writing includes all this stuff. Here's the way it looks. Here's the way it looks on VIA. Almost all of you will get proficient, and VIA will say 80%. Don't let that freak you out. Shouldn't freak you out, because your grade is based on your web course score. If you made a 75 out of 75, you got 100%. Even though you may get proficient here, doesn't affect your grade. Very few students will get advanced here, okay? If this is your first semester at UCF, you have to do the Not Anymore module for sexual assault, the sexual harassment statement, internship information, academic integrity, course accessibility, campus safety statement, makeup assignments, religious observations, military student, active duty information, generic syllabus statements from the university. And here's the academic activity that I mentioned earlier. You have the I am a professional that you do on web courses. This should be on web courses, but what you do is go in and print it out or initial it or whatever, fill it out, sign it, date it, and take a picture of it and upload it. If I don't have it on there for you to upload, upload it to the discussion section. Just put it somewhere. And you get 5 points for this, 5 points for the other. These are just to show that you've read the syllabus, that you understand you need VIA. The I am professional, lets the university know that you started classes, has something to do with financial aid, even though you may not be on financial aid. If you are, you need to do it. It's a requirement. It's a federal requirement. Okay, let me scroll back to the top. Hopefully this showed up on your screen. Hopefully this recorded. Email address, make sure you take note of that. The syllabus will be in web courses, so just thought I'd go over it. Now I'm going to stop sharing, go back. Hey, I'm not frozen. I was frozen last time I did this. Okay, so this ends the first class, except for you looking at the modules. Feel free to do the activities. They use everyday items, so they should be very simple. I have no way of knowing if you do them or not. I mean, some people suggested, well, why not have them film themselves doing it? Well, because then I would have 80 videos to watch. Some people say, well, what's wrong with that? I said, that's a lot. I mean, it's different when you have a class and everybody's doing it at the same time, And that's the joy of teaching, is watching the reaction from students in your class. And you know what I'm talking about, because you want to be a teacher. It's a big difference. It's a huge difference. You know, me telling you online and then me watching you do hands-on activities in class. That's the joy of teaching. I hope we can get everything. I hope we can get the vaccine for this virus, and we can go back to normal, because teaching is actually being in a classroom with students. You know, some people love this. It's okay. I'm making do, right? And hopefully this will be a worthwhile experience for you. Okay, I'll see you on Wednesday. Watch the modules. Bye.